Welcome to the deep dive. If you're with us today, chances are you're an ambitious entrepreneur, maybe looking for that next edge.
Or maybe you've been through it,
Yeah.
trying to launch an e-commerce store with the old playbook.
Yeah, exactly. For years, the dropshipping story was so simple, wasn't it? Find a cheap, trending thing.
Like those mini blenders everywhere.
Right. Or a gravity blanket, slap up a basic, kind of generic Shopify store, maybe in an afternoon.
Run a few simple ads.
And boom, instant profits. That was the dream anyway.
Well, yeah, that whole idea, that dream of easy passive income, we have to be really straight with you.
Go on.
That model, it's officially dead in 2025, like really dead. It just can't sustain a serious business anymore.
Okay.
All that low-hanging fruit's been picked, packed, and probably resold about 1,000 times over.
That's a pretty bold statement. But looking at the sources we dug into, the data really backs it up, doesn't it?
Absolutely. This isn't just us talking theory. It's a market reality. Things have fundamentally shifted.
Walk us through that transformation, because I think a lot of listeners, they're feeling this pain, but maybe can't quite put their finger on why those quick launches aren't working like they might have, say, 5 years back.
Yeah, okay. So the core problem really breaks down into like three main factors. These have pushed e-commerce into a much more, let's say, strategic space.
Right, factor one.
Factor one is just crippling market saturation. When dropshipping first took off, the barrier to entry was, well, practically nothing.
Right, anyone could do it.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
now, you look at almost any niche, pet supplies, kitchen gadgets, you name it, it's
Yeah.
just flooded thousands of stores.
And many look the same, right? Selling the same thing.
Often the exact same product, yeah. From the exact same supplier overseas. It's incredibly crowded.
So if everyone's got the same widget, the only way to compete is, what, price? Shipping speed?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And we know reliable, fast shipping is notoriously difficult with a traditional drop shipping setup. You don't control the logistics directly.
Okay, so saturation is number one. What's next?
That leads right into factor two. Skyrocketing ad costs. It's simple supply and demand, really.
Because all those thousands of store.
We're all trying to get eyeballs on the same platforms. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. They're all bidding against each other.
So the price to get seen just goes up and up.
Way up. You need really sophisticated ad strategies now just to get a positive ROAS.
ROAS, let's just quickly define that return on ad spend.
Correct. Basically, how much money you make back for every dollar you spend on ads.
Simple enough.
But if your ad costs are high because of competition, and your conversion rate is low because your store looks generic, well, your ROAS tanks. It goes below 1, and you're just burning cash.
You're losing money on every sale.
Exactly. You just can't afford to run those basic generic ads to a generic product anymore. The math doesn't work.
Okay, saturation, high ad costs. What's the third piece? You mentioned the customer.
Ah, yes. The final nail in the coffin for the old model. It's shifting consumer behavior. And today's shoppers, especially younger ones, they're digital natives. They're way more informed. They're, frankly, more skeptical.
They've seen it all before.
They have. And their expectations for quality, for the whole experience, for shipping speed, they're just significantly higher.
They can spot a quickly thrown together store.
A mile off,
Yeah.
the ones with slightly off descriptions, maybe bad translations, promising 30-day shipping, they see it instantly.
And they do their homework.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They check reviews, they compare prices across different sites, they look for social proof before they even think about pulling out their wallet. They demand authenticity. They want to know who they're buying from.
Okay, so we've painted a pretty clear picture. The old formula, cheap product, cheap ads, easy profit, that's basically obsolete.
It is.
But here's the key point, right? Dropshipping itself isn't gone. It's just changed.
Exactly. It hasn't died. It's matured. It's evolved into a much more sophisticated, strategic way of doing business.
So the path to actually making money now, it rewards different things.
It rewards strategy, definitely, patience, and actually creating real value for the customer. It's moving away from these temporary tactical side hustles.
Towards building sustainable, long-term businesses.
Precisely. And that brings us neatly to the solution. The necessary shift in thinking for 2025.
Which is?
Success today isn't really about just selling products anymore. It's about building a recognizable, trusted brand.
Okay.
A brand with a unique value proposition. Something that makes you stand out. That's how you build long-term customer relationships, create loyalty, and ultimately establish sustainable revenue streams.
Revenue that isn't just dependent on finding the next viral TikTok gadget.
Exactly. Something more stable, more predictable.
All right, let's unpack this new brand model. The source materials we looked at, they lay out this framework, the 5 pillars of success. I kind of like that structure.
It's helpful, yeah.
It shows it's not just one thing you need to get right. It's like the foundation for sustainable e-commerce. And if one pillar is weak.
The whole thing can crumble. They're all interconnected.
So what are these pillars?
Well, the first 4 are really the core operational pieces. They have to be executed flawlessly, but crucially, they aren't enough on their own anymore.
Okay, let's start at the beginning.
We start, logically, with pillar 1, product.
Which means finding a winning product, I assume, like the old days.
It's much deeper than that now. Yes, finding a product, but it involves proper demand validation.
Meaning?
Meaning you confirm it actually solves a real problem or fills a genuine need for a specific audience, not just tapping into some fleeting curiosity.
So less trend chasing, more problem solving.
Exactly. And critically important now is rigorous supplier vetting.
Okay, tell me more about that.
This means you're demanding samples. You're checking their logistics capabilities. Can they actually ship reliably?
Yeah.
You're getting quality assurance agreements sorted before you even think about launching.
Right, so you're not just picking the cheapest option from a marketplace list.
No way. You're sourcing reliable partners. You're building a resilient supply chain, even if you don't hold the inventory yourself. Your brand reputation depends on it.
Got it. Product foundation is solid. Then you need somewhere to sell it. Pillar 2, store.
The store. Your digital storefront. And it absolutely has to be conversion focused.
Meaning it looks professional?
That's part of it. Professional design, definitely. Fast loading speeds, super important. But also powerful trust signals.
Because customers are skeptical now.
Highly skeptical. So you need clear, easy-to-find policy, shipping, returns, refunds. You need professional, high-res photos and videos.
Yeah.
Not just the supplier's generic shots.
Show the product properly.
And prominently display social proof, reviews, testimonials. If your store looks generic or unprofessional.
You'll assume the product is too. And they'll bounce.
Exactly. Low trust equals no sale.
Makes total sense. Okay, pillar 1, product. Pillar 2, store. How do we tell people about this great product in store? Pillar 3, content.
You got it. Content is essentially the voice and the personality of your brand.
And it's not just product descriptions.
Oh, far from it. In 2025, if you're not leveraging high-quality video marketing and authentic storytelling, you're honestly falling behind.
Video is key.
Absolutely key. It's not just about showing the product's features. It's about demonstrating the solution it provides, sharing the brand's mission or values.
Like with the eco-friendly example we'll get to later.
Precisely. And using things like user-generated content, UGC, where real customers show how they use and love the product, that builds incredible authenticity. Content creates connection.
Okay. Product, store, content. Now we need people to actually see all this great stuff. Pillar 4, marketing.
Right. Marketing is how you reach your target customers.
Yeah.
And the big strategic shift here is moving away from relying only on expensive paid ads.
Which we know are getting pricier.
Right. So you need to balance that ad spend with robust, long-term organic strategies. Things like SEO, content marketing that attracts visitors over time, building an email list.
So it's an integrated approach.
It has to be. You need to master the different platforms. Know when, say, short-form video on TikTok is best for awareness and when targeted email campaigns are right for nurturing leads or driving repeat purchases. It's a whole system, not just chucking money at Facebook ads and hoping for the best.
Okay, those 4 pillars, product, store, content, marketing, they sound essential, like the engine of the business. But the sources really hammer home that even getting those right isn't the whole story for long-term success. What's missing?
That's the critical piece, the element that ties it all together and really separates you from thousands of competitors. It's the ultimate game changer. Pillar 5, branding.
Branding. Okay, define that in this context.
Branding is the deliberate, conscious effort to create recognition, build a reputation, and establish trust with your audience. It's the promise you make to your customer, it's the values your business stands for. It's the overall feeling people get when they interact with your company.
Why is that the crucial separator now? Why wasn't just having a good product and decent marketing enough before?
Because in a saturated market, a strong brand provides instant credibility. It builds loyalty. And fundamentally, it allows you to command higher prices.
Okay. Even for a drop-shipped product.
Absolutely. Think about it simply. If you're selling a totally generic white phone case, you're basically competing only on price against hundreds of others.
Lowest price wins. Race to the bottom.
Exactly. But if you're selling, say, an aesthetically designed, super durable phone case from a brand that's known for using recycled materials, has great customer service, maybe offers a lifetime warranty,
You can charge more for that.
you could easily justify a 20%, 30% premium, maybe more. Because you're not just selling a case, you're selling the brand's promise, its values, its reliability.
And that directly tackles the ad cost problem we talked about earlier.
Bingo. If your brand allows you to charge more, your profit margins are healthier.
Which means you can afford to bid a bit higher for those expensive ad clicks.
And still maintain a healthy, positive ROAS. It changes the economics completely.
So let's contrast the goals then.
Okay. Traditional, old-school dropshipping. The goal was quick sales,
Right.
one-time transactions, often chasing whatever viral fad was hot that week.
Very short-term thinking.
Very. The brand-focused model, on the other hand,
Yeah.
the goal is long-term sustainable growth. It's about carefully curating a product selection that actually aligns with the brand's identity and values.
And focusing on the customer relationship.
Entirely. It's about relationship building, customer loyalty, not just making the sale today, but keeping that customer happy and coming back tomorrow.
This whole approach feels very connected to something the sources mentioned, the sustainability mindset. This sounds like a totally different way of thinking about running an e-commerce business.
It really is. It's the necessary evolution, I think. The sustainability mindset basically says you need to focus on building long-term assets, not just chasing quick, short-term profits.
Okay, what counts as a long-term asset in this context?
Things like strong brand recognition, a high-quality email list full of engaged subscribers who actually want to hear from you, a library of valuable content blog posts, videos that drives organic traffic consistently over months or years. Those are assets.
As opposed
As opposed to just a single transaction from a customer you'll never see again. That's a quick profit, not an asset.
So instead of trying to squeeze every penny out of one sale,
The focus shifts entirely to maximizing the relationship over time.
Yeah.
You need to prioritize customer lifetime value, or CLV.
CLV, we hear that term a lot. Break it down simply.
CLV is just the total amount of revenue you realistically expect to generate from a single customer throughout their entire relationship with your brand.
Okay.
So maybe your average order value is, say, $50. That's one transaction. But if your typical customer buys from you 4 times over the next couple of years because they trust your brand and like your products,
Then their CLV is $200.
exactly. And if you know your average customer is worth $200 to you over time, you could afford to spend significantly more upfront to acquire that customer in the first place.
Right, because you know you'll make it back, and then some.
That's the strategic difference. Businesses focusing on CLV can outspend and outlaugh businesses focused only on immediate transaction profit. It's why some thrive and others burn out fast.
So how do you actually increase that CLV? What are the mechanics? How do the sources suggest we get customers to stick around and buy again?
Retention really comes down to delivering continuous value. It starts with the product itself, genuinely well-curated items that solve real problems or meet real needs, not just disposable junk.
So, pillar 1 again. Product quality matters for retention.
Hugely. Then it's about providing accurate, detailed information, being transparent, offering proactive, helpful customer service, making trust the absolute cornerstone of everything you do.
If they trust you, they'll come back.
It's that simple. If you consistently solve their problem, stand behind your products, maybe with guarantees or warranties, provide useful information, and just offer a smooth, reliable experience. You're building that trust. You're building that valuable CLV asset.
Okay, this strategy, this mindset shift, it sounds compelling, but, people might be thinking, is this just theory? Does it actually work in the real world?
Totally valid question. And the good news is, you don't have to just take our word for it. The source materials we reviewed include real-world proof.
Case studies.
Exactly. Documented case studies showing how businesses applied these 5 pillars: product, store, content, marketing, and especially branding, to achieve serious sustainable results, even starting relatively recently.
This is where it gets really interesting, I think, seeing the strategy actually play out.
Let's dive into the proof then. We've got 3 distinct examples here, all from different niches, all demonstrating this brand-focused model really working, starting around 2023.
Okay, first up, Eco Home Essentials. Their focus was sustainable home goods. Now, that's a niche with a built-in challenge, right? Eco-friendly often means slightly higher price points.
You can, yeah. Their entire strategy hinged on authentic branding built around clear environmental values and, importantly, radical transparency.
So they didn't just sell, bamboo toothbrushes.
No, they sold the idea of a responsible, sustainable lifestyle. They used Instagram and TikTok heavily, but not primarily for sales pitches.
What did they post then?
Lots of educational content about sustainability practices, reducing waste, the life cycle of their materials, why choosing eco-friendly matters. This built massive authenticity and trust.
Positioning themselves as experts, as guides.
Exactly. And they really pushed for user-generated content, UGC, encouraging customers to share photos and videos of themselves using the products, talking about their own sustainable habits.
That's powerful social proof. Real people using the products.
Incredibly powerful. It shifts the whole conversation from buy our stuff to join our community, be part of this mission.
So what were the results? Did building a brand on values actually pay off?
The results were pretty staggering, honestly. Proof positive of the power of building loyalty and retention. They hit $500,000 in monthly revenue within just 18 months.
Wow, $500,000 a month.
And maybe even more impressive was their 45% repeat customer rate.
Nearly half their customers bought again.
Yeah, that kind of repeat business is almost unheard of in the old transactional dropshipping world. It just proves that niching down based on shared values and really focusing on building that relationship leads to sky-high CLV and much more stable cash flow.
Retention built purely on trust and shared mission. Okay, great example. Let's switch gears completely. Second case study, fit tech gear, fitness accessories.
Right. And if there's a saturated market, it's fitness.
Definitely. How did they manage to stand out from the crowd?
Their strategy was all about community and partnerships. They deliberately avoided spending huge money on big celebrity endorsements.
What do they do instead?
They collaborated strategically with micro-influencers.
Okay, define that.
These are trainers, fitness enthusiasts, people with maybe 5,000, 20,000 followers. But those followers are hyper-engaged and really trust the influencer's recommendations within that specific fitness niche.
So targeted credibility.
Exactly. These partnerships gave their gear instant validation with the right audience. And crucially, they didn't just sell products. They built a community.
How?
They created a private, exclusive Facebook group for customers, a place to share workout tips, ask questions, get support, celebrate wins. It made customers feel like they were part of a real movement, not just buyers.
So more than just selling a resistance band, they were selling belonging, access to a tribe.
You nailed it. They also got smart with their offers. I saw they used bundling effectively.
Yes, exactly. They used product bundling, creating things like 30-day fitness challenge kits that included several complementary products, which naturally boosts the average order value, the AOV.
Right. Increases the initial sale value. And their content marketing wasn't just product photos. It was high-quality workout videos, actually showing their gear being used, demonstrating the benefits in action.
Showing, not just telling. So what was the outcome for fit tech gear? Especially thinking about those high ad costs.
The outcome was phenomenal efficiency, proof that this community and influencer approach really works. They grew to $750,000 in monthly revenue.
Huge growth.
And they maintained an average 3.5x return on ad spend, ROAS.
3.5 times back for every ad dollar spent. In fitness, that's impressive.
It really is. It shows that building community and using targeted influencer marketing drives incredible ad efficiency. Their customer acquisition cost was lower because those influencers sent warmer, more qualified traffic. The trust was pre-built.
Okay, fantastic second example. Let's look at the third one, Pet Pal's Boutique, pet supplies, another huge competitive market.
Yep. And their strategy really zeroed in on the holy grail of the sustainability mindset, recurring revenue.
Subscription.
Exactly. Their core strategy involved aggressive personalization and implementing a subscription model for items that pets need regularly treats, specialized food, certain types of toys.
That makes sense. Predictable income.
Subscription models provide crucial financial stability and predictability. But they went further. They offered highly customized products.
Like what?
Allowing customers to personalize things like collars, bowls, or blankets with their pet's name, maybe even a photo.
Oh, people love that stuff for their pets. That must drive huge loyalty.
It absolutely does. It transforms a generic item into something unique and cherished. It deepens the emotional connection to the brand.
And they used email smartly, too.
Very smartly. They used segmented email campaigns based on the type of pet the customer had, dog versus cat, puppy versus senior pet.
So the messages are always relevant.
Highly relevant, which builds trust and makes the customer feel understood, not just spammed. It cemented that relationship.
And the financial result of this subscription and personalization focus.
The stability it created was the real headline here. They achieved a remarkable $1 million in annual recurring revenue. ARR.
Wow, $1 million ARR.
And get this, a staggering 65% of their total revenue came directly from that subscription model.
Over half their business was predictable, recurring income?
Exactly. This case study just perfectly illustrates how subscription models create financial stability and how deep personalization is probably the ultimate driver of high customer lifetime value.
Okay, so eco-home with values, fit tech with community, pet pals with subscriptions and personalization. These examples really drive it home.
They demonstrate clearly that these 5 pillars, product, store, content, marketing, branding, aren't just abstract ideas. They are the proven, practical framework for success right now.
And the common thread is moving away from just selling stuff.
And moving into building relationships, building trust, building a real brand.
Right. So the strategy is clear, the proof is there, the mindset shift makes sense. But, and this is a big but for a lot of our listeners, especially solopreneurs or small teams, this is where they hit the wall. The how.
Exactly. They're thinking, okay, this sounds great, but how do I actually do all this?
Yeah.
How do I vet suppliers properly? How do I set up those complex email sequences you mentioned? How do I write a TikTok ad script that actually works? Where's the step-by-step guide?
And that is the absolute critical pivot point, because implementation, that's where most businesses, frankly, fall down. They might understand the what and the why, but they lack the how. They lack the system.
Which brings us
to why the sources pointed towards the visionary guides, Ultimate Shopify and Dropshipping 2025 bundle.
Okay, let's be really clear about what this is based on the materials.
Yeah.
This isn't pitched as just another generic ebook filled with vague advice.
Not at all.
The sources position this bundle, which includes the main guide plus an action pack, as the definitive blueprint, the complete implementation system. It's designed specifically to take these high-level brand model strategies we've been talking about.
Translate them into actionable, concrete, step-by-step processes that an entrepreneur can actually follow and use. Right. It recognizes you need the tactical tools to actually build and scale a brand.
Exactly. So let's dig into some specifics from the action pack part of the bundle, because this is, as they say, where the rubber meets the road. This is the how.
Okay. For someone just starting out or maybe relaunching, that initial process can feel overwhelming. What does the bundle offer there?
It provides really detailed checklists and templates, things you can literally use right away. For instance, there's a comprehensive launch checklist.
What does that cover?
It forces you to systematically cover every single crucial foundation step. Thorough market research, clear niche selection based on data, competitive analysis, that rigorous supplier sourcing process we talked about.
Pillar one.
Pillar 1, nailed down. Then the technical Shopify setup for Pillar 2. And something often skipped but vital, a mandatory 2-day period of rigorous testing and QA before you spend a single cent on ads.
Making sure everything works flawlessly first.
Absolutely. It ensures Pillars 1 and 2 are solid from day one, preventing costly mistakes later.
And once you're actually up and running, you can't just set it and forget it.
No way. Sustainable growth needs rhythm. The bundle provides the weekly marketing checklist.
What kind of tasks are on that?
It details the necessary operational tempo, things like executing 3 to 5 unique social media posts per week to maintain organic reach. That's Pillar 3. Conducting a daily review of your ad performance.
Daily.
Daily. You need to react quickly in today's ad markets. Setting aside dedicated time for content creation, and consistently running A/B tests on your store pages, your ads, your emails.
So it enforces continuous improvement.
Exactly. It moves you from being reactive, putting out fires, to being proactive and strategic in your week-to-week operations.
And since the conversion actually happens on the product page pillar, too, again, does the bundle give guidance on making those pages work harder?
Yes, critically.
Yeah.
It includes the essential product page template. This breaks down the 6 non-negotiable elements needed for high conversion rates in 2025.
What are they? Quickly.
You absolutely need a compelling, benefit-driven headline, not just the product's name. You need high-quality images and video, multiple angles, ideally lifestyle shots, not just the basic supplier photos.
Show it in use.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Clear bullet points focusing on the key benefits, how it solves the customer's problem, not just listing technical features. Then, absolutely crucial, abundant social proof, like customer reviews with photos if possible. And finally, a clear, strong, prominent call to action button, maybe with a touch of urgency.
So a formula for the page itself. Okay. Beyond the store structure, what about the marketing engine? Getting people to the store efficiently, like Fitek Gear did.
Right. The bundle provides the necessary marketing architecture. It details the ADA marketing framework.
Awareness, interest, desire, action.
Correct. It explains how to structure your entire marketing funnel using ADA and, critically, how to ensure your messaging is consistent across all your touch points. So a customer sees a TikTok ad.
Clicks through to a product page.
And the messaging, the benefits highlighted, it all feels seamless and reinforces the same core value proposition. That increases conversion.
And since we established video is non-negotiable for content, pillar 3.
They give you the structure for creating video that actually performs, specifically a sample TikTok ad script.
With timings?
Yeah, with precise timing guidelines, which is vital for holding attention on these super fast-paced platforms. It breaks it down. You need that crucial 0.2-second hook to stop the scroll.
Grab them immediately.
Immediately. Then 2 seconds to present the problem your product solves and introduce the solution. Then 8-15 seconds focusing on the benefits and the transformation the customer gets. Finishing with the offer and call to action around the 20-25 second mark.
That's very specific.
That has to be. It also includes those easily overlooked but critical tips, like always using trending sounds to boost reach and using clear text overlays because many watch with sound off.
Practical tips.
Good.
Now, what about that crucial CLV component? Building loyalty, getting repeat purchases. Does the implementation system cover email?
Definitely. It tackles retention directly through detailed email marketing basics.
What does that entail?
It outlines the absolute must-have automated email sequences that build that customer lifetime value over time.
Like the welcome email.
Yes, the welcome sequence sent immediately after sign-up, maybe offering a small discount to encourage that first purchase. Then, the critical abandoned cart sequence.
Everyone needs that.
Everyone. And the key is speed. It needs to go out within 1 to 3 hours after they abandon their cart. Offer a small nudge. It's like free shipping or maybe 5% off, just to bring them back over the line.
Makes sense. What else?
And then, equally important for CLV, the long-term retention sequence. This goes out maybe 7 to 30 days after purchase. It could offer usage tips for the product, ask for a review.
Which fuels your social proof?
Exactly. It keeps the customer engaged, reminds them of your brand, and helps you gather those all-important reviews for Pillar 2.
Okay, let's talk money. This is often a huge blind spot, especially for beginners. Does the guide offer real financial guidance?
Yes, and this is crucial. It provides clear, data-backed financial guidance and ROI expectations. No fluff, just realistic numbers.
Like startup costs.
Yep. It gives a necessary reality check on startup costs. It breaks down things like the ongoing monthly fees. Your basic Shopify plan is around $39 a month, plus one-time costs like $150 to $350 for a professional premium theme.
You're saying free themes aren't good enough anymore?
For building a real brand with trust, generally no. They often look generic. And then, critically, it outlines the need for an initial ad budget purely for testing somewhere in the range of $300 to $1,000 minimum.
So it takes money to make money, even in dropshipping.
You need that initial investment to gather data seriously. This isn't a free ride.
Okay, and here's a big one people always ask. How quickly can you actually expect to turn a profit? Does it give any guidance there?
It does, based on the data from successful stores using this model. The sources confirm that the quickest realistic time to profitability is typically 3 to 5 weeks. If you're operating with around a $2,000 initial budget, mainly for that ad testing, and you have a decent number of products, say 70 to 100, to test effectively.
Okay, why that $2K budget and that many products?
That budget isn't for inventory, remember. It's the minimum effective testing budget. It allows you to run enough different ad creatives, test enough different products and audiences, fast enough to get statistically meaningful data.
So you can figure out what works before the money runs out.
Exactly. You need that speed of iteration in today's market to find your winners quickly, optimize, and then scale what's working.
And for managing money long term. Cash flow tips?
Yes, essential cash flow tips. You
Yeah.
can't just pull all the profits out as soon as they come in.
What's the rule?
The golden rule established by the successful brands profiled is pretty non-negotiable. Reinvest 30% to 50% of your profits directly back into your ad spend. That fuels sustainable growth.
Feed the machine.
Exactly. And, equally important, maintain a cash reserve. You need 3 to 6 months worth of operating expenses set aside.
Why so much?
That's your buffer. It protects you from market swings, unexpected supplier delays, maybe a temporary ad account freeze. It keeps the business alive during turbulence.
Smart. Okay, finally, does the action pack point people towards the right tools? so they don't waste time or money on ineffective software.
Yes, it provides a curated directory of proven tools and resources specifically for 2025, things that actually work now.
Like for finding those products in the first place. Pillar one again.
For product research, it recommends resources like Exploding Topics, great for spotting macro trends before they get saturated. Sell the Trend, which uses AI for faster discovery and vetting. And Niche Scraper. Using tools like these saves countless hours of guesswork.
Then what about essential apps for the Shopify store itself to help with conversions or efficiency?
It recommends key apps, things like de-essers for reliable fulfillment and syncing orders with suppliers like AliExpress. Klaviyo for that advanced email marketing segmentation needed to really boost CLV.
We talked about email's importance.
Crucial. Also, looks for easily collecting and displaying photo reviews and UGC vital social proof. And Privy for creating effective pop-ups, exit intent offers, and email capture forms to maximize every visitor.
So it's not just the strategy, it's the actual toolkit.
It's the complete package, the high-level strategy, the mindset shift, and the granular tactical toolkit required to actually execute the brand model effectively and seamlessly.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. If you, listening right now, are serious about building a real, sustainable, profitable dropshipping business in 2025,
One that focuses on those long-term assets we talked about
maximizes customer lifetime value,
and operates ethically and professionally.
then you absolutely need to adopt this brand-focused approach. Now,
Mhm.
this isn't just a trend, it feels like a fundamental, time-sensitive strategic shift. And just knowing about it isn't enough anymore.
Absolutely. The old way, the quick and dirty way, it's dead. The new way requires strategy, professionalism, and a relentless focus on building that brand.
And the reality is,
The reality is, those entrepreneurs who adopt these detailed strategies and actually implement them using a proven system like the one outlined in the bundle, now,
yeah.
they are the ones who are going to dominate the future of e-commerce.
So the Visionary Guides bundle, it's not really just an option if you're serious, is it?
In my expert opinion, based on the sources and what we see working, no. It's the necessary strategic investment for success in this tougher, more demanding environment. It isn't a magic shortcut, let's be clear,
Right.
but it is a proven, systematic path to building something real, something with sustained profitability.
Okay, so here's the final thought we want to leave you with today, and this comes straight from the core message of the sources. Success ultimately comes from applying knowledge, not just consuming it.
You've heard the blueprint today. We've laid out the strategy, the proof, the tools, the next step. It's all about execution.
Don't let your ambition get stuck at the knowing stage. Move to the doing stage. Go right now, find the link in the description, and get your copy of the Visionary Guides. Ultimate Shopify and Dropshipping 2025 Bundle.
Invest in your future. Invest in building a real brand today.